Hello there. If you're a film fan, you're almost certain to have a list of what you feel are the pinnacles of cinema. The films you feel are the best ever made and you can just sit down and watch whenever you're in the mood. These are the films you recommend to just about anybody, and the ones you just love to discuss. So in today's video, I'm going to give my own personal list, what I feel not necessarily my favorites, but what I feel are the cream of the crop in the art of cinema. So, let's get started, shall we?
A relationship, I think, is like a shark. You know, it has to constantly move forward or it dies. And I think what we got on our hands is a dead shark.
Annie Hall. Woody Allen is one of my favorite screenwriters, with his clever wit and interesting characters. And when he gets a film right, he really gets it right. And I feel his best one is 1977's Annie Hall. Allen brings the perfect amount of neurosis to the character of Alvy Singer, but it's Diane Keaton who we remember as a wonderfully ditzy title character. Add to that Allen's hilarious and engrossing script, and you have a comedy I can watch again and again, while still laughing at the jokes and catching some new ones too.
Allison?
You're like New York Jewish left-wing liberal intellectual, Central Park West, Brandeis University with the socialist summer camps, and the father with the Ben Shahn drawings, right? And the really, strike-oriented kind of... stop me before I make a complete imbecile of myself.
No, that was wonderful. I love being reduced to a cultural stereotype.
Amadeus. You might think that a 3-hour film about Mozart and the rarely talked about Salieri wouldn't be all that interesting, but director Milos Forman is able to craft a truly impressive production that really allows us to get to know these characters. The fact that despite doing such horrendous things, he's still able to make Salieri sympathetic shows the power of the film. Yet we also root for Mozart as well. The question is often asked with what version of Amadeus is superior. And as much as I love the theatrical version, I like the director's cut even more, as the added scenes really flesh out the two leads, as well as Mozart's wife, without dragging the film down. Amadeus might not be historically accurate, but that doesn't stop it from being one of the best period pieces set to film.
Amadeus, the man, the music, the magic, the madness, the murder, the mystery.
As far back as I can remember, I always wanted to be a gangster.
I know I'd go.
Goodfellas. From Mean Streets to The Departed, Martin Scorsese is a master of the mafia film, and Goodfellas most definitely stands as the best film in his career. Chronicling the rise and fall of gangster Henry Hill, Scorsese's direction and screenplay transports us into the world of the mob, showing both the royalties and the problems associated with such a group. Ray Liotta leads an extra talented ensemble group of actors of an entertaining but ruthless tale of this group of gangsters. Plus, who can forget one of the most quotable scenes of all time?
Well, I'm funny how? I mean funny like I'm a clown, I amuse you? I make you laugh? I'm here to fucking amuse you? What do you mean funny? Funny how? How am I funny?
In a world that's powered by violence, on the streets where the violent have power, a new generation carries on an old tradition.
The Godfather Part II. Yet another mafia film, Francis Ford Coppola's epic masterpiece deals with a different type of gangster. While most people consider the first Godfather as the best in the series, I have to go with Part II, mainly for the clever weaving of two fascinating storylines. The first, featuring Al Pacino in his best performance, involves Michael Corleone, dealing with his role as Godfather and rewatching interest as he slowly turns more into crime. The second has Robert De Niro playing a younger Don Vito Corleone, slowly turning into the all-powerful mafia family leader. Through its over 3-hour length, we're left enthralled through its eternity. Well, until we have to switch to the next disc, that is. The first two Godfathers are spectacular films, and Part II definitely comes out on top for me.
Both were targets.
Spirited Away. One of today's most magical filmmakers is Hayao Miyazaki, and in his incredible career, Spirited Away stands at the top of his work. Every piece of imagery in the film is a sight for the eyes, and the story keeps you in wonderment through the whole film. Miyazaki has been writing strong female characters for years, and Chihiro stands as his most dimensional one, particularly in how she grows to the end. While comparisons to The Wizard of Oz and Alice in Wonderland abound, Miyazaki makes Spirited Away a completely original work of art, with stunning visuals and one of those beautiful scores ever recorded. Spirited Away easily transports you to another world and gets better and better with each subsequent viewing. Whether you watch the original Japanese edition or the Disney-produced dub, it's still in for a real treat.
This fall, prepare to be spirited away.